Hey, this is Marta with Universal Power Tarot, and these messages we bring you today are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Hello, how are you? Hello. I hope you're safe and well, everyone. This is your someone's oracle messages. I'm curious what wants to come out. I already pre-shuffled all of your cards, and Alchemy already came out from the Sacred Earth Oracle. And I thought, wow, we've got some healers present here. Either you're healing with your hands or you're just finding out about your ability to heal. It's so cool. I love it. Because once you start to acknowledge that and really step into that and believe it and learn from it, this is incredible, because this means you're starting to realize how powerful you actually are. For those of you in the beginning, to others, your healing capacity may be increasing during this time. It's really interesting. Wow, I love this. I'm going to read it to you shortly. I just want to say something because I started to show my vulnerability a lot more on the channel and not be happy all the time. The reason for it being, and I'm completely fine, is that I want you to feel fine as well with being sad, because that doesn't mean I'm sad the whole day. It just means I'm having a release, which is awesome. I'm feeling my feelings, right? And I want to encourage you to feel your feelings also and to be okay with it. Like, this is normal. But we've been indoctrinated almost sometimes to believing this isn't normal, to feel your feelings or to feel certain feelings. But this is bull. This is complete bull. This is part of it just as much as joy is part of it. Just as much. This is healthy self-expression. Okay? So I just wanted to put it out there. This is why I'm sharing myself crying or in a vulnerable space. This is strength, right? So, Alchemy. Let's get into it. The earthly meaning is, it is up to you to acknowledge an obstacle as impermanent. Regardless of who is to blame, it is your responsibility to defy a false limitation. A quirk or idiosyncrasy is a strength. I was just talking about that. I was finishing with, is a strength. Bring it out and own it. Individuality is a precious gem. Throw your woos into the smelting pot and craft them into powerful tools, precisely because no one is like you. No one on this earth has such healing powers and abilities as you do. And this is precisely what makes you so special. Like, this is your superpower. Experiment with what you have and give it value. Life is, and this is the spiritual meaning, life is a perpetual movement, and yet life is also still. Life is change, and yet it is also unchanging. You are part of this moving stillness, changing and unchanging through time and eternity. Something is moving within, a still part of you, and yet something is still within the moving part of you. Meditate on this. Feel complete oneness in your being. Turn lead into gold. Let your true self surface, refine, polish, and respect its beauty, strength, and value. Yes, yes, exactly. I'm telling you. Oh my God, yes, please step into that. It's gorgeous. And we have conflict and manifestation. Oh my God. I just did a private reading. This is incredible. Okay, conflict. Feelings which you have suppressed. By the way, private readings in June, 20% off. I forgot to mention that. The whole month of June, I'm giving 20% off on all private readings. Just please know that there's a limited availability. So be quick maybe if you want to book with me, okay? Feelings which you have suppressed for a very long time are yearning to be acknowledged and expressed. You are torn between what you think is the right thing to do and what your heart wants. And this is the primary cause of stress in your life. We, your angels, urge you to follow your heart. Do what you would love, not what you think you should. Yeah. And immediately after, they want me to read manifestation, so I will. Believe in yourself, trust your instincts, and follow your heart. For in doing so, you shall manifest all your heart desires. Yeah. The life you have so long aspired to create will soon manifest. Congratulations, guys. This is amazing. And they're right on top of it. And I didn't see manifestation until I lifted conflict. So this is letting me know you need to deal with that conflict, that internal first, like solve this. and then it's probably most likely just one thing, and it'll create a snowball effect, and then the manifestation can actually come in that you've so long aspired. I'm just reading the book Existential Kink. It's really interesting. It's about the topic of getting off on what we actually think we don't want in life, but our subconscious is kind of getting off on that, kind of deriving pleasure and such from it, although it may sound kind of weird. But as I'm reading more on this book, it makes a lot of sense. So check with yourself which part of yourself is still holding on to this and for what reasons. Okay, let's hop in. Okay. Okay, what do you have for us, Spirit, please? Thank you. Ha ha! Queen of Swords. Yeah, there was some hurt. I'll get into that in a bit. But the Queen of Swords, yeah, oh my God, yeah, there was definitely a heartbreak for you involved here. It's interesting because they're both kind of violet. So violet flame might actually help you dissolve. You know, there's a bunch of meditations out there on the violet flame. Melanie Beckler, like, she's so connected, and she is like absolutely love and light and divine Christ consciousness. So I really recommend her meditations for this, for example. But you can just basically, whoever you vibe with, check them out and do a violet flame meditation here and send all that you no longer want, that you've outgrown. Send that away from you, because it's no longer, this is no longer yours. You know how we have to adapt almost as children what the adults are telling us. We have to become that which how they see us, which is, it's a survival mechanism, and this is a must for children. So for example, if you're starting to, this works with objects too, when you're starting to get into working with magic, this is really interesting because this can bring out the best in your objects as well as the worst. So same thing with children, because they can so easily be manipulated and are so malleable, I believe is the word, you know, flexible, but in that other way, which is, you tell them you're so awesome, you're so smart, you're so amazing, you have such a lovely character, that brings out like those types of things in children. But when you say you're so bad, you can never do anything, that brings out that child will believe those very same things and put that head on until they're finally realizing that's not even my head. Here you go, that's yours. It wasn't mine in the first place. But it takes for the adult, us right now in our state, to realize that and to then give it back, which is precisely what the Queen of Swords is doing. She's not looking, and there may be some sort of an awakening of the third eye happening here too for you. See this? She's not looking with her eyes. She's observing and seeing actually with her third eye. So yeah, I'm getting a headache with this time on the left side. So parts of your brain may be activated in that process. Some of you may be coming into the ability of channeling. But the Queen of Swords is always using past hurts for her own growth. So this is an expansion that is happening. She's using it for her own positive growth, and she has the crane with her. So that means a lot of wisdom that she's now able to derive from a situation which once caused her, not gender specific, a lot of heartache. And pain. They are often, if not almost always, I would say, are incentives for us to grow and to expand, and we become wiser and more compassionate for ourselves and for others too, because we understand that pain, and you may not be as judgmental towards others once you've seen it in yourself. And once you just know, yeah, I can just let that go because I know where it comes from. It doesn't mean I have to tolerate it, but I know at least where this comes from. And I can wish you well, for example. Bless you, thank you, bye, kind of a thing. But not, you know, reacting towards certain things so much anymore, but really staying within your own vibrational bubble here and feeling like, yeah, I know, it's cool, but I'm not dealing with you, for example. Yeah. And that's a whole different thing when you're no longer thrown off by that not a leaf in the wind that has to be like, oh, reacting to everything that happens, but really being that stable tree trunk yourself, no longer that leaf. Yes, because you never were that leaf. That's so cool. I love that analogy. You were always that strong tree trunk. It's just a matter of It's just a matter of recognizing that again, that which you really are. Ah, yes. Yes. Yes, please. Exactly. Exactly. And this is your new stable beginning here with the Ace of Coins. See that? Such a cute one. Right there. You're such a cute one, most likely. Very lovable. And yeah. And so strong at the same time, right? Yeah, this is an offer from Spirit, and it's also a lot more violet again here. And of course, like purple violet is also the crown chakra. So again, since I was feeling like the pressure in my head, you may be having headaches due to a third eye opening, due to crown opening activity. Because you do have these abilities. Again, you come here as a strong healer. It's a matter, it's even a tree trunk in here. Jesus Christ. See that? That imagery? It's even a tree trunk. They carved a heart in that tree trunk, and that tree trunk forgot that it's a tree trunk. Yeah. And you're coming back to that knowledge. Hey, I'm a tree trunk. Wow, I'm huge. I've grown like massively. Massively. And this is also in the realms of cutting parts of yourself off, like thinking you're only a leaf when you really are that tree. Yeah, only staying in a limited sort of a place when there is so much more. Yeah, but you're coming out of this. Like the offer is here from Spirit for sure. Also with regards to like nature, really seek solace in nature, seek comfort in nature. There's something huge in there, in the beauty of nature, because it reflects your own beauty again. And this also has to do with a third eye opening, like recognizing the animals, the plants and such around you, and seeing that beauty, that unconditional love reflected right back at you, so you remember who you really are. Yes. And here we have the Devil. And in this particular deck, that deals with relationships and how we look at relationships. And how we sometimes keep unknowingly, unconsciously others in a cage too, and ourselves as well, where we are just projecting onto others certain beliefs that we have that aren't actually true. But again, when this happens, don't judge yourself, just become aware of it, because this is a pattern, again, that is unfolding, and that there's an invitation for you to notice this and to become aware or more aware of it. Of course, this can denote to addictions too, but in this particular deck, it denotes to more how we're dealing with relationships and how we sometimes, again, keep ourselves and the other person in a cage. You know how we immediately project when we meet a new person, how we immediately project onto them certain things. And it's a matter of training yourself and becoming conscious of not to do that, because you don't know the other person, nor does the other person know you. There may be certain traits in the other person that remind you of someone, and then it's just like either, oh my God, caution, or it's just like, oh, they're so lovely, when they're really not. You know what I mean? So it's both at the same time, and it's a matter of becoming conscious and actually daring to be present and to stay there and to give the other person a chance to show themselves, and also for them a chance to get to know you, because they're most likely are doing the same thing. And I don't think you can switch that off completely, but at least you can become more aware, and this then gives a lot more safety to step into certain relationships, or into relationships at all, maybe. Yeah, but it's a chance. It's much like with, when we're talking about death, most people perceive death as something negative, but it can also just be seen as a portal to this new world, or to this, new experience that is happening, right? A new chapter. It doesn't have to be that. It's that which you make it. You are that tree all along, you know what I'm saying? But depending on who's looking, and even if it's you're seeing that leaf, others may have seen you as that leaf, and it's a matter of yourself coming back to your own truth. Who are you really, right? And this is so gorgeous, and that devil energy is helping you with that, right? Yeah. And I'm not meaning actual devil, of course, guys. It's just like it serves as a transformative agent here. Yeah, precisely. We were talking about caging yourself. See that? Wow, with the Two of Wands. It's like she's not... It's so interesting because that bird is free, like she's holding it. So she may be not gender specific, wanting for all beings. And I just saw 14 41. So this is mirroring happening. 101. She may be wanting for all beings to be free. He may be wanting for all beings to be free and sovereign, but she's not seeing herself that she's in that cage. And this is a huge indicator. Like, take out the mirror. Trust the other people that you see in front of you, and take whatever triggers you here and turn that around, and because it may be denoting to your own cage. If that makes any sense. And that may ultimately help you in just because you're strong enough. Obviously it's not that heavy of a cage, and it's only above your head. So if you just put those things down here, those sticks, and let that bird fly, then you could just like lift it off of your shoulders and be like, oh, it was never mine to begin with. I was always that tree. Oh yes, I love it. Chariot. I want to say Cancer energy with this for some reason. So some of you may be Cancers, or maybe dealing with Cancers. Shadow and light. And it's a matter of becoming the master of your own life, of mastering those opposing forces, because that's what the Chariot card is all about. It's like pulling you to either direction. You may be feeling like something is pulling you apart. Mind and heart may be going in different directions. And this card is denoting to mastering yourself, your emotions, your thoughts, like bringing it into alignment, because you know these horses are strong. So when they go opposite ways, it's going to be like you know, weird movement or almost no movement, and you have to do a lot of force and maybe push that card yourself instead of allowing those horses to actually pull that card for you, right? You just got to learn the right signals to them. You got to learn how to interact with both of them so they actually work for you and not against you. Yeah, but this is also a card that denotes to huge success. So I very much believe you're on your way here to a lot of success. Let me just make some more room for you here. Yes. Oh, yeah. So 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. This is like being completely at home, like arriving is what I'm getting with this, arriving. Some of you may be like needing, either you do have pets at home and you really love your pets, or you should maybe consider getting a pet. But this is really being so comfortable, like with yourself at home. Yeah, and there's this purity to her, but also this strength at the same time. Yeah, it's like this fire that is burning, but also that velvety softness that is coming here. Much like I said in the beginning, it's so interesting that I should mention it, you know, with, you know, showing who you are and being completely okay with it, no matter if you lose people, right? Because they don't understand where you're coming from, or they maybe feel like you shouldn't be doing this, or you know what I mean. But only people that feel like you shouldn't be doing this are the people that haven't like discovered it within themselves, like how strong they actually are and how beautiful like all parts of them are. And that's what that is. But you know, and again, we're coming full circle here, because then you have compassion for exactly those people, and you may be walking the opposite way, but you're blessing them. You know what I mean? There's no longer a fight of any sort, because again, internal freedom with that also means external freedom. It doesn't mean that those encounters will immediately stop, although I believe they become a lot less frequent. It means, however, that you just know how to deal with it, which is incredible. Guys, do you know how much freedom that means when that happens? This is incredible, because then you just choose without any guilty feelings or anything. It's just like, I choose to be with these people and not with these people, and I can still like bless those and be totally fine with it, because we may just not go together, not at the present time or something like that. But it's cool, because you cannot be fazed by that anymore, because you know it's not yours. And if there is a certain part that triggers you, then you take that trigger and feel into it. What does this cause inside you? And that, you know, means ultimately amazing freedom and huge stability. Again, realizing you are that tree trunk that cannot be phased. You're no longer this. Oh, yes. Yes, my friends. We're going to keep this a 20-minute reading, I reckon. No, extend it. And I'm going to draw you. Yeah, it's going to fly out. An angels and ancestors card to wrap this up. Yes! Yes, we have the broken arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. Yeah, no longer needing to fight. Like I said, it's cool. It's really cool. You're coming into that. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. So, broken arrow. There it is. Embrace the energy of peace. Let go of the need to defend yourself and prepare to offer peace. You are safe. This is wrapping up the reading. I love it. Just as the arrow card symbolizes defense and protection, the broken arrow card symbolizes peace. In Native American traditions, a broken arrow would mean that tribes were no longer fighting one another, but were making alliances. When you see a broken arrow in a meditation, vision, dream, or reading, it is a message that you no longer need to fight because peace has arrived. Yes, this is a powerful symbol of harmony, serenity, and community. If you have been exposed to a situation in which you have felt the need to protect yourself or defend what you feel is right, know that this is now coming to an end. With the arrival of the broken arrow card, you are being guided to know that the energies of light are entering to wash away all the darkness. You can drop your shields and protection. You are now in a situation that will honor you and honor your needs. Arguments are ending and disagreements are being resolved. Prepare to talk things through and offer the peace that you would like to enjoy. In order to move forward in a more fearless way, it's important for you to let go of the idea that you can be hurt by this situation or by the people involved. Yes, this is so big because this will only work against you. Precisely. Know that your angelic guides and ancestors are standing around you, protecting you, and taking you lovingly forward. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. What an amazing reading. My friends, I really hope this was helpful and or insightful to you. Again, if you would like to book a private reading with me, you may do so at universalpowertarot@gmail.com, minus 20% right now until the end of June. And yeah, I'm also available for the higher guidance coaching calls / mentoring if you're going through a spiritual awakening and need some guidance, for example. I'm all about that. You don't have to do this by yourself. Just reach out. And let's see if we're a match. The first 20 minutes are free in our conversation to just see if it fits. All right, my friends, much love, light, and shadow to you. Have a good day. Bye.